Hey y'all, welcome to Warzone Season 3. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 5 best loadouts to be using after the Season 3 update. There was so much weapon tuning that went down, and I'll explain that a little bit more once we actually get into the loadouts. Before we get into that though, shout out to Noti Gang. If y'all would like a notification shout out in my next video, subscribe with notifications on, drop a like, and watch the video all the way through, and I got you without further ado. Here is the first loadout you want to be using on the island. For our first weapon, we got the Owen gun. This thing actually did receive a nerf. There's 2 attachments you need to kind of tiptoe around, but we'll get into that once we get there. So starting off first attachment, we got recoil booster. Increase in fire rate leads to a faster time to kill. Very standard. For the barrel, this is where it gets a little iffy. They actually decrease the fire rate on the rapid barrel. So basically, instead of 19% fire rate, it went down to 16%. It's only a 3% decrease. So if that's okay with you, go right ahead and rock the rapid barrel. Me personally, I think I'm just going to go right back to the Gawain 188mm shrouded. You get less damage fall off at long range, so basically it maintains the power of the Owen gun at longer range gunfights. We get limb damage, making the weapon stronger, and bullet velocity. So I highly recommend using this, but if you like the rapid, go ahead and go right back to it. Now for the optic, more personal preference here. So I love the Niter Model 47, but I know a lot of people love the Slate Reflector. So pick your poison, whatever you like more, go ahead and rock it. For the stock, we got remove, so we have an increase in mobility. This weapon is really slow, so if you don't have remove stock on, you're going to be struggling. At least with this, I mean, you just feel super light on your feet, which is great. For the underbarrel, I would highly recommend rocking the hand stop for better recoil control. I mean, you don't want to be missing shots. If you're doing that, you're losing gunfights. Next, for the magazine, we are going to be rocking the 7.62 Gorenko 72 round drum. Now they actually decrease the head and neck damage when you use this specific magazine. So that's why I'm using the shrouded barrel, because you get that limb damage, which is really nice. It kind of just helps replace that neck and head damage you're losing out on. Highly recommend still using this magazine. It's still the best option. For the ammunition, you're going to want to rock lengthened. I mean, a few updates ago, we had a hollow point nerf, and it just hasn't been the same. Lengthened is the move. For my rear grip, I got polymer, flinch resistance, accuracy, and recoil during sustained fire. Probably the best rear grip for any Vanguard weapon. And then my perks, I had on acrobatic, movement speed, and sprinting move speed, and then I had on quick. So I'm just super light on my feet, which is awesome. And there you have it. This is your updated Owen gun build that you want to be using here after the update on Rebirth. Moving on. Loadout number 2. For our second loadout, we got the AK-47. Now, this has not been nerfed in such a long time. I saw my boy Jay got tweet about how they haven't touched this weapon, and this is probably going to be the long-range meta for now. So here's what you want to rock on it. Starting off, we got the Groove Suppressor. You get sound suppression. You're off the radar. Enemies don't know where you're at. You get vertical recoil control. Just makes the weapon easier to use. We get bullet velocity and damage range, basically maintaining the power of the AK at longer range engagements. For the barrel, Spetsnaz RPK, bullet velocity, damage range once again, so you could really fry enemies at long range gunfights. We got horizontal and vertical recoil control. Awesome, that's what we need. First 2 attachments, we're getting power and accuracy. How could you hate on it? For the optic, of course, you're going to want to rock the Axle Arms 3 times. It is quite literally the best option. What else are you going to use, man? Seriously. For the underbarrel, we got Spetsnaz grip. The recoil, it's still going to be messy. So if you're missing out on this and you don't have it on, just say bye, man. You ain't controlling this thing. And then finally, 2 options here, man. I love to rock the 45 round mag. I think that's more than enough. But if it's a little windy outside, start missing your shots here and there, go ahead and rock the Bakelite 60 round. I just don't like using it because the aim down sight speed is very slow. I really just don't like it. So I personally prefer the 45 round. And there you have it, man. That is a quick and easy build. AK-47, again, long range meta. If you want to dominate, get some high kill games, this is what you want. Moving on, loadout numero 3. I had to go with the OTS. Now, for some reason, this thing's just still dominant. They've nerfed it multiple times, and here it is to this day, doing what it does best, just tearing people apart. So here's the build. We got the Groove Suppressor. Just like the AK-47, man, I mean, you're off the radar. You get better recoil control, damage range, bullet velocity, the whole thing. For the barrel, same thing as the AK, Task Force barrel, effective damage range and bullet velocity, which is great. This thing at like longer range gunfights, it's a mess. I ain't gonna cap. So you're gonna need this and that Groove Suppressor, and we get some strafe speed. So basically, we move left and right when we're in a gunfight. It's just gonna be a lot harder for the enemies to hit their shots on us, which is great. That's what we're looking for. For my stock, I love the KGB skeletal stock, man. Oh man, the mobility is so cracked out. Man, I just feel like I'm damn near flying at that point. For the magazine, I like to rock the VDV 40 round fast mag. Listen, 40 just kind of small. You're gonna be reloading quite a bit, so you better be reloading very fast. All right, I know you lose a little bit of ADS speed. It's all good though, because our rear grip is gonna be serpent wrap. It's like we don't lose any aim down sight speed whatsoever on that magazine, because this just completely fixes it, which is awesome. And there you have it, man. Again, another quick and easy build. We got the OTS. I think this is still one of the, if not the best Cold War SMG in the entire game. Let me know. Am I capping on that? Moving on. Loadout numero 4. And we got my personal favorite, the C58. This thing is different, man. It's so easy to control and super, super strong. The fire rate's a little on the slower side as well, but listen, man, this is my baby. This is what I'm probably gonna be using for the majority of the time. So for the first attachment, again, it's gonna be pretty similar to the OTS and the AK-47. You're gonna want to agency suppressor. You get sound suppression, you know, vertical recoil, control, bullet velocity, damage range, all that type of good stuff. Once again, for the barrel, we're gonna change it up a little bit. Task Force really messes the recoil control up on this thing, so I highly recommend doing the Ranger. You get the bullet velocity, which is exactly what we want, and we also get some vertical recoil control. Again, the recoil is still really messy on this, so you get that, and it does help out at range. So I think that is the best barrel option on the C58. For the optic, of course, you want to rock the Axle Arms 3 times. It just has the best visual. You could see the best out of it. Underbarrel, affiliation grip, of course. At this point, this thing is going to be an absolute laser beam. You got the recoil control from the muzzle, the barrel, and now this, you're good to go. And then finally for the magazine, I rock the 45 round. This thing is super, super strong. A 55 is honestly completely unnecessary. If you want to do it, go right ahead. Again, ADS speed, it's a little bit on the slower side. I don't like that. So 45, more than enough. And there you have it, man. This is going to be the weapon I probably use the majority of the time, from now on at least. Give it a go for yourselves, man. And moving on, we got loadout number 5. So for the final loadout, I went with the Bizon. I didn't have a single Modern Warfare weapon on this list, and I was just kind of looking back at what I've previously used. I had a lot of fun using this, man. I think this is just a really easy weapon to use. It hasn't been nerfed. It's the most recent weapon that received a huge buff, so here we go. Starting off with the barrel, I like the monolithic suppressor on it. You get some damage range, so you could actually use this at medium ranges and find quite a bit of success with. For the barrel, I love to rock the polygonal one. The steel, you get recoil control. It's honestly unnecessary because this thing's already very accurate, and you're just losing out on movement speed. Like, I'm not even gonna bother having to do that. Just give me the damage range, give me the power, love it. Next, we got the laser. I like to rock this hack laser. You get aiming stability and ADS, so basically, instead of rocking that barrel that just completely torches your movement speed, I get some aiming stability at the cost of my laser being visible. So who cares? I'll take it. And I get some mobility. I get that ADS speed, which is great. Next, for my rear grip, I love to rock stippled ADS speed, sprint to fire speed. I just want to feel incredibly light on my feet, and that's exactly how I feel when I have on stippled and that tack laser. And then finally, for my perk, I like to rock sleight of hand. Now, the magazine on this is like a default 50 or 60. The reload speed is so cracked out when you have a sleight of hand on this. So there you have it, man. This is my build for the Modern Warfare Bizon. It's super, super good, man. I'm telling you, this is so underrated. Has great damage. It's easy to use. A lot of bullets in the magazine. Fantastic mobility. There's like nothing to really hate on this weapon about. Anyways, those are my top 5 loadouts that you want to be using after the update. Finally, let me give you guys some perk options, because I feel like not a lot of people do that in their top 5s, and I want to change it up a little bit here. So for perks, I have on double time. I think that quick fix is the best option. I just am so used to double time where I just feel slow without it. But I know for a fact that quick fix is the best, because whenever you start plating, you start getting your actual white health back, which is awesome, because sometimes that takes a while. And after a kill, you get that white health back right away. There's like no health regen when you have quick fix on. It's like you automatically get it back whenever you plate or get a kill, which is awesome. So I think this is the best perk 1 option. For perk 2, if you do not want to do overkill, you don't want to rock 2 long range weapons, I think tempered is literally the best option. Having to only plate twice instead of 3 times, majestic to say the least. So I'd rock this. If you don't really care about that, go ahead and do restock. Getting your throwing knives back to down enemies is great. And those stim shots, although it takes 60 seconds instead of what it did previously, it's still a great choice. I think those are probably your best 2 options: tempered, restock. Run them, rock them, do it. And then for perk 3, amped, man. I love just swapping weapons. If I am at a long range gunfight, someone's up close, I get to swap back to my SMG. We're back in it, baby. That's how you do it. You could do Combat Scout. Maybe if you don't got that great of a monitor, you're on console or something, you just can't see that well, go ahead and do Combat Scout. I completely understand, but And to my personal opinion, it's the move. It's the go-to. I'll never take it off. And then for lethals and tacticals, I got a throwing knife to finish down enemies, like I just said earlier. And then we got stim shots. Super situational, man. You could use them just to speed to the next spot you want to go to, so you can get into the action quicker. Or hey, if there's a bunch of enemies on you, you want to stim, just get past them and whatnot. That's also a great use for them. Anyways, that's pretty much it, man. Those are the top 5 loadouts, some perks, lethals, and tacticals that you want to be using right now on Rebirth Island, man. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys all stay safe. Have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.